Okay, so we're now moving on to task 1, part 2 of your Mountain Pygmy Possum GIS mapping activities. So I've just returned to the home screen, and this just make it easier if you've accessed the page again from the website. Remember, begin with selecting your layers list. Okay, and we want to make sure this time that you have boulder fields open. Okay, and you're going to select down here boulder fields and then go back to your bookmark, and we're going to be going to Charlotte Pass boulder fields. Okay, so here's an image with the boulder fields. Obviously they're labelled A, B, C, D, E, F, G and H. Alright, and potential mountain pygmy possum habitat is restricted by the preferred habitat within boulder fields. So they like to live in boulder fields. So this sort of environment provides them with protection, and it's a higher quality habitat for the pygmy possums. So there's some factors that go towards making a boulder field really important and comfortable for our pygmy possums, and that includes aspect, water availability, the availability of food, importantly mountain plum pine seeds and bogong moss, and also the boulder field structure, so the area and the depth. So you'll be using variables to identify the boulder field sites at Charlotte Pass that are more likely to support mountain pygmy possum populations. So you'll have to remember, in the previous lesson we used the bookmark to switch through, which is why I've gone to the bookmark to find Charlotte's Pass. And you can also use the plus and minus arrows, okay, to open up more detail as it's required. So as I previously mentioned, you'll see 8 large boulder fields across this valley. And these are identified with the letters A, B, C, D, E, F, G and H. Now take your worksheet, task 1, GIS task worksheet, and have a look at part 2, and you'll see that there's a table to be filled in again with this exercise for each of those sites, and you'll have to identify the aspect, water availability, mountain plum pines, abundance of bogong moth, boulder field depth, snow cover days, and then sum up the results. Okay, so just thinking about the meaning of aspect first. Don't forget, aspect is the direction faced by the sloping land. So that's from your general geography in year 7 and 8, you should know that. So southerly aspects are cooler in summer and they're shaded in winter, and this allows insulating snow cover to last longer into spring. The snow cover helps protect the mountain pygmy possum habitat from extremely cold winter air temperatures. Easterly aspects are exposed to cool morning sunlight. Also, most weather fronts carrying snow approach the mountains from the west and southwest, resulting in snow accumulating on the eastern side of the range. This snow cover insulates the habitat from the extremely cold winter air temperatures. Northerly aspects are warmer in summer and tend to lose snow cover early in spring, and the rapid loss of snow cover after winter can expose the sites to very cold air temperatures in late winter and early spring. Westerly aspect are exposed to warm afternoon sun, causing the snow cover to melt early in spring, possibly exposing the habitat to cold fronts moving across the range. The hot afternoon sun may make some west-facing sites too warm in midsummer. Okay, so I'm sure after hearing that you're already starting to think about which aspects are probably going to rank better for the population of pygmy possums to habitat. So first of all, starting with aspect on your table for part 2, use the sheet to record your data as we go, and you use the plus signs to open the contours and the aspect layers for each site. Okay, so we're going up here to open the contours, okay, and here for aspect. So now you can see where it's yellow, that's north facing aspect. Okay, purple is south facing aspect, white would be flat, green is east, and orange is west. Alright, so just having a look here at the aspect of the slopes in the boulder fields. Just take a moment to have a look at that. Okay, so what you need to do is identify the aspect for each of the identified boulder fields. Okay, so let's start with A. Alright, and what you're going to do is score it 3, 2, 1, or 3. So a score of 3 for north facing fields, a score of 2 for east facing fields, a score of 1 for south facing fields, and a score of 3 for west facing fields. Okay, so looking at A, okay, it's mainly within this green area, and if you're following the contour lines you can see they're sloping this way. So A is in green, alright, so that makes it an east facing slope. Alright, and east facing fields need to be scored a 2. So on the first part of your table in part 2 in boulder fields, the aspect, boulder field A, you write east and then put a number 2 there. Alright, then moving on to B. So this boulder field, we're aiming to note the aspect here, and again located mostly in this purple area, purple shaded area, so that's south facing boulder field. So any south facing fields on your sheet need to be recorded as south and then 1, ranking 1. Alright, now take a look at C. It's located in the yellow part of the map here. Okay, so yellow, you know, is north facing. So any north facing fields will be ranked with a number 3. Okay, so now you get the picture for what you're meant to be doing with aspect. You should go on and do the remainder of the boulder fields, D, E, F, G, and H.